He sent a warning to the church, and he said, if you continue, you will know why the chicken does not give milk. I want to know why the chicken does not give milk, Junet.
Teacher John C.W. was furious after hearing that MP JUNET Mohamed threatened the church, wanting it to stop criticizing the government or face consequences. According to JUNET, if the church continues its opposition, they will soon understand why chickens don't give milk. This cryptic statement seemed to be a direct threat aimed at silencing those who dared to speak out.
I saw there is one member of parliament that forgot his role. Let me remind him his role. Which one is my camera? I want it to reach him. I have just been sent a video where the member of parliament, Junet, it's like maybe he has lost his touch.
Yes.
I saw that. I wish that video would have been played. He was speaking about the church and speaking to the religious leader. And when he finished his like 5-6 minute video, he says that he sent a warning to the church, and he said, if you continue, you will know why the chicken does not give milk. I want to know why the chicken does not give milk, Junet. I want to know. I'm going to continue so that we can know, because if we don't continue, we will not know that miracle.
Yeah.
So the only way to know the miracle, we want to continue.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to seek your indulgence on a matter, Mr. Speaker, that is of importance, Mr. Speaker. Very high importance, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Parliament has been under attack, Mr. Speaker, for quite some time now. From certain quarters, Mr. Speaker, the religious leaders and other groups, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are not here by accident. We are not members of Parliament by accident, Mr. Speaker. We were elected by the people of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, some of the positions that are sought after in this country, Mr. Speaker, is to be a member of Parliament. Including religious leaders, contest for these positions, Mr. Speaker. During the elections, every constituency has a minimum of 10 to 15 aspirants, Mr. Speaker. Minimum. Some more, 20, 30.
There is one in Kisii that had 45 candidates.
You can see, Mr. Speaker, you are right. One in Kisii had 45. But Mr. Speaker, you cannot bastardize a position that has been given by the Constitution and people donating their sovereignty to them, Mr. Speaker, and you say that Parliament is useless, Parliament is captured, Parliament is this and that, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just now, this afternoon, this sitting where we are today, we have just passed almost 5 bills, Mr. Speaker, that you read the third reading.
Very important.
Very important bills. Bills on higher education, bills on finance, Public Finance Management Act. All those bills, Mr. Speaker, are being passed in this House to make the lives of the citizens of this country better, to help the governance of this country, to make things easier for the Kenyans so that they can get services from the executive, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I feel very, very bad when I see members taking, Parliament a joke. Mr. Speaker, Parliament is a very sacred place. It's not a small place, Mr. Speaker. But if there is no Parliament, there is no country. Because there is no taxation without Parliament. Even the executive cannot collect any money, Mr. Speaker, without Parliament. There is no democracy, as the KD has put it. Mr. Speaker, it has become now a fashion that people just stand on a queue, look for the media and say, oh, Parliament has failed, without pinpointing and telling us what have we failed in. What is this that you expected of us that we have not done, Mr. Speaker? You must hold people accountable with facts and not to generalize and just say, I have been in this Parliament long enough. If you are not happy with other aspects of governance, don't throw it to Parliament, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
And then also, you cannot blame members of Parliament who come from the ruling party why they are supporting their government. Yes. People have been elected on parties.
Yes.
People went to be elected on Kenya Kwanza Others went to be elected on Azimio. Others went to ODM. Mr. Speaker, you cannot blame a member of parliament from the ruling party. Why is he supporting his government? He made a decision in 2022 to run on that party and to support that government. Mr. Speaker, this is the place we need to speak. If the church can speak in the church, we will also speak in parliament. No, that's the truth of the matter. We are going to speak here. Everybody has a mouth to say, and everybody has a forum to talk. If there is no mutual respect, leadership must be respected. We are speaking on behalf of people. Every member of parliament here has been given mandate by people. Nobody is here invited. Nobody has come here under the invitation of anyone here. Everyone has been elected. Some of the members here, like the women reps, have come here with over 400,000 votes. It's not a joke, Mr. Speaker. People don't know how difficult it is to convince 400,000 people to vote for you. People don't know that, Mr. Speaker. People don't know how difficult it is to wake up people at 5 a.m. in the morning to queue so that they can vote for you, Mr. Speaker. People don't know that. We respect our religious leaders. We respect them so much because they are the people who guide us spiritually. But Mr. Speaker, politics is different from religion. Completely different. If you think there's an issue that you're not happy with, as a leader of another sector, a religious leader, or even whichever leadership you have, address members of parliament with dignity and decorum. Don't belittle them. Don't make it as though they are nobodies. Mr. Speaker, these are serious people who are passing laws in this house. Laws that are going to be used to govern you yourself who are attacking them on TV. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to ask members here to stand up for their rights. The only institution that does not have a union is parliament. Other institutions are defended by the unions, Mr. Speaker. We have now to become 416 union members here. And especially people like attacking the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, this National Assembly has passed under your leadership for the last 2 years over 100 bills, which have been assented to by the President, which have become laws, which are helping the country. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to say, let us rise up for our rights. We are not going to accept this now lying down. We are going to stand up for our rights, and we are going to become the union leaders. As the minority leader, as the majority leader, now we are going to become union leaders of parliament, Mr. Speaker. And we will defend, because institutions of governance must be respected. And parliament is one of those institutions. Parliament has been created by the constitution. So if we don't respect our institutions, how do we respect the mosque? How do we respect the church? If you're not respecting the institution that is used for governance. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge people outside there to be respectful. Otherwise, you will know why chicken doesn't have milk. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I will allow.
Those days where those days are gone. This is not a dictator nation. Kenya is free. Freedom of expression is guaranteed in the scripture, provided you do it within the holistic approach. So when I saw him today speaking that way, I would like this to reach him. We are not people that you... Brother, if you don't know what to say, he made a statement and he says, religion is totally different from politics. This is the mind that we want to remove, because if you sit down with me, I'll show you the first opposition leader is not your guy. It is Lucifer. The first political aspect happened in heaven. The first war took place in heaven. The first opposition leader is, what are you saying? You know, you just speak because some of you members of parliament, and right now I'm wondering how you are now defending something. I thought you are the same guy the other day that was abusing people, big names. We are not against parliament. We believe in the office called parliament. Yes. We just don't believe in most of you leaders in those offices. We have no problem. You know the three arms of government. Yes. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Yes. We believe in all those arms of government. But if anyone sits on that arm and is corrupt, we will say it. We thank God for the roads. We know that there are very many members of parliament. I mean, I can call them by names. Several members of parliament that are doing the right thing. But you will not wake up and speak. You are speaking to the church as well. Brother, retrace that mouth. Find something to speak that's totally different. You want to challenge us. You don't know what you are raising. You don't know what you are raising. We come in the name of the Lord. If you know you want a war with religion, be ready. Be very ready. What is wrong is wrong. So don't threaten us at if you know. I want to know why the chicken does not give milk. Me as John C. I don't know about other Kenyans. Me, I want a chicken that can give milk. Can you imagine? I have cows. By the way, in case you don't know, I'm a farmer. Yes. I will sell my Fresian cows because they're expensive, and I'm going to buy that chicken. You know, there's a chicken that gives milk. Who wouldn't buy a chicken? A chicken is like 1,000. Yeah. Fresian cow is like 250,000. Yes. So if those are 250 chickens that are. You just didn't tell us how many liters of milk
they can produce.
Yeah. If you tell me how many liters of milk, we can work something out.
GDP.
Yeah, we can. 250 chickens that are giving I don't know which one, like 5 liters of milk per day. Do the math. So, excuse me, Member of Parliament, we would like to know those chickens where they are miraculously, and we have our lorries. We will come for them. You don't even need to. We will buy with our money. If you don't know what you are saying, be silent. We honor everyone, but we dishonor everyone that looks down on Kenyans. Don't make us go on the kind of bills. We know they are good bills you have passed. Equally speaking, they are bad ones. Yes. We are fighting for a greater good. So that mentality of you thinking, actually he went ahead and he said, and this is why I said something. Today I'm fired up. In fact, I'm kidding.
We'll give you a glass of water. There's no problem.
You'll give me a glass of water because I was outside for more than a week. I was watching the misbehavior of the nation.
We are yet to give you an update.
I am coming. So this guy said that, which I understand, and this is why I told you, it is high time for Kenya to go independent. Stop voting for parties, because Junet said that those people are doing nothing wrong because they're just following their party. So what if your party tells you to kill? You don't have your own mind. You will do automatically.
From what we are seeing.
Yeah. So that mentality of Kenya voting for party is gone. Vote for people that will help you. Forget this party issue. This is why such people are speaking the way they are speaking. We thank God for the presidency. Underline the word is presidency. I'm talking about the office. We thank God for the judiciary. We thank God for the executive. We thank God for all those arms of government and all those others that are existing. But anyone that stands there to do what is wrong, we will call you out. So whatever threats that you think, this is not, maybe you went to a local church somewhere and maybe you say that and you notice it's working. Try that here. You will meet the true God. Then you will know one of the things with God is that he makes the proud. He humbles the proud. Yes. What is wrong is wrong. So stop pretending as if you don't know what you are saying. Don't try to talk to the church the way you want. Don't try it. And I'm telling every member of parliament, don't try it. Stop trying to put us in a box and make us afraid. What will you do? What will you do? I would like to know what that man is saying, because that's a threat. We want to know what you're going to do. Now, because you're on the side of government, you think you can speak the way you want? You try it. God is superior to everyone. We are the ones that voted this government. Yes. So we will say what's wrong. Do you know the pain the church has gone through? Do you have an idea? Have you come to me? Do you remember there was a time those youths came here wanting to fight me because they are saying you are the ones that put us in this trouble? And now when you are trying to create a clean nation, you are trying to look as if you want to, you try it. No man in this nation is superior to God. We are very, very honorable people. Very honorable people. You will never hear us saying fight. You will never hear us saying those things. We don't believe a nation is won by fighting. The Bible does not say, come, let us fight. The Bible says, come, let us reason together. A nation is won by. So when you are a leader and you ignore the place of reasoning, what are you going to do to a nation? You create tensions that are unnecessary. The people that died in parliament, if the leaders would have just come out, those people would not have died. But to ignore that people did not die, whether they are right or wrong, I told you, you that is older should be wiser. Even if you saw those young kids climbing parliament, whether you're calling them goons, they are Kenyans. Mothers gave birth to them. What if it was your son climbing? Would you have given a shoot to kill order? No. Don't try us, my brother. Don't try us. The church is no longer coward. There is a way we fight. And we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Our war is not to take a gun or to take. We wrestle against principalities and powers. We have a way to cut you from the spirit realm. Don't try it, brother. Speak for your people in terms of those people that want to be corrupt like you. Kenya has left corruption, and no leader in this nation will take Kenya back to corruption. Kenya will insist until we are free, until we get the leaders that we want, until the people that elected you are comfortable. I want to challenge all members of parliament, go back to where you are voted and ask them, are you happy with my leadership? You know 99% of you are not returning. 90% of you are not returning. 80% of you are not returning. Go back to your people. Stop playing. Some of you are elected in, where do you call it? You see, a member of parliament is elected in Turkana, but he lives in Nairobi. How will you know the problems of your people?
You're not in touch with the
You're not in touch. A governor is elected in Northern, but his headquarters is in Nairobi. You fly in with a helicopter once in a week. How will you know the problems of your people?
You can't.
If you are elected somewhere, if me, I'm elected here in Moranga, I stay in Moranga.
Yeah.
That's how I get to know in touch. But by the time we call you, you are in Java taking a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Your people are dying here. Don't think we are speaking the way we are speaking because we are fools. We know what we are saying. We are not crazy people. The church cannot be against the people it helped to vote them.
Yeah.
And because you have refused to reason, are we all crazy? Me, I'm the one that supported the president of this nation. Am I now crazy? He has never given me a shilling. That's why I've said again publicly, if any one of you has given me a shilling, when you came into power, I called you and I told you, give me a seat, or help my daughter, or help my brother, help my, come for Harambe, we are building a church. Any one of you have called, yet I have your contacts. Shout now. We knew this day would come. That's why we want integrity. We knew this day would come, because if we would have eaten with you, we will be part of you. Some of pastors that you have eaten with there, that's why they can't speak. And then you send people to make it look as if we are against. Why would you be against the government? We are against bad leadership. When they wanted to remove, you remember the Gen Z.
Yeah.
Did I not tell them that when you're abusing the president is wrong? Why can't you see those things?
Yeah, you did.
I stood against them and I told them, whatever you want to do, don't abuse them. There is nothing that comes by abuse. But don't think those days where you just wake up and think you threaten us. You are threatening who? The church is an independent institution. Very independent. There is no government that has the right to stop the church. You may know now if we didn't, I know I'm one of the people that has made the bill to go down. And I'm saying that intentionally. Because I emit my videos out there. If we didn't shout, will a person like Mungatana hear?
Really?
Si angeendelea na hiyo bill. We shouted about Adani. I know that's what you want to tell me. I shouted it. And then now you are clapping for him as if he has. No, it's pressure. Do we need to be pressured to do the right thing?
Pastor John C. Davilo didn't take the threat lightly. He expressed his anger, calling it a serious warning that the church should not ignore. He even sarcastically challenged JUNET, daring him to come and provide a chicken that can miraculously give milk. A clear jab at the absurdity of the threat. But beneath his humor, Pastor ZW's message was clear. The church must be respected, and its role in society should never be undermined.